work with junkies. Fit right in. I like to think I see things in people. To begin, I'd like to talk about the cornerstone of the Los Pollos Hermanos brand, communication. As an employee of Los Pollos Hermanos, you set the tone for the entire dining experience. Be mindful of what your words and behavior communicate to our guests. Always be aware of your posture. Remember to stand up straight. Your customers and your back will thank you for it. Put effort into your appearance. All employees are required to dress appropriately. Keep your uniform clean and pressed. If you want respect, you must look respectable. Speak in complete sentences. We never use one-word greetings like hey or yeah. Always make eye contact. And finally, whether you're with a customer or not, remain composed. Inside, you can be thinking about your homework or your friends or your side business. But no one should ever know it, because at Los Pollos Hermanos, someone is always watching. So don't forget to smile. That's all for today. See you next time when we'll be discussing cleanliness. Efficiently. Today, I'm going to show you how that's done. Throughout the day, keep an eye on the trash receptacles and empty them before they become full. Tie the top of the full bag and then line the receptacle with a new one before bringing the trash outside. It's that easy. But what about those items that you just can't toss away? Miscellaneous items that are too large for the regular garbage can be discarded out back. Bulk trash pickup occurs once a month. And that's how we keep our restaurant clean. Excellent work today. See you next time when we will be discussing shipping and receiving. The world. It's a vast network that requires careful coordination. Allow me to show you how it works. Los Pollos Hermanos owns a fleet of trucks that make regular deliveries to our restaurants. Before we send out a truck, we record both destination and cargo in our shipping logs. For added security, many Los Pollos Hermanos trucks are equipped with tracking devices, so we know where they are at all times. Now, let's check out a shipment. Before you can accept a delivery, you must check it against the shipping manifest. You must be certain that nothing is missing. From time to time, you may encounter items that are not on the shipping manifest. If this occurs, do not attempt to move or open the container in question. Contact your supervisor, and he or she will ensure it reaches its proper destination. Once the shipment is deemed acceptable, you can begin taking inventory. But that's a lesson for another time. For now, keep up the good work, and I'll see you next week when we'll be tackling customer service. Hello again. Today, I'm going to be talking about customer service. You should know by now that we always treat our customers with courtesy and respect. But what do you do when they are not at their best? It can be difficult to remain composed when a customer is disrespectful, which is why I'm going to share a few simple tricks to help you handle problem customers. Let's dive in. This customer is angry because his order is incorrect, while his tone is regrettable. His complaint is still valid. Apologize and correct the error. Don't be too hard on yourself. Mistakes happen. But never make the same mistake twice. If the customer is still not satisfied, provide him with our mailing address where he is free to submit his complaint in writing. Oh my, now we have a problem. This customer is not just disrespecting you, he is disrupting other guests. He must be dealt with before his behavior adversely impacts their Los Pollos Hermanos experience. The most important thing is to avoid escalating the situation. Try calmly asking him to leave. Your safety and the safety of our customers is always the top priority. If you feel physically threatened, do not call the police. Contact management immediately and it will be handled. These situations can usually be dealt with privately and most always effectively. Thanks for joining me today. See you next time when we'll be discussing your employee code of conduct. Good to see you again. When you work at Los Pollos Hermanos, you represent the company. As such, you are required to conduct yourself with core values and ethical standards that our customers expect from the Los Pollos Hermanos brand. You should have already received a copy of your employee code of conduct. Read it thoroughly if you have not done so already. Today, I will demonstrate just a few ways in which these rules can be applied on the job. At Los Pollos Hermanos, we understand the importance of family, but frequent or extended visits from family members is not permitted. For safety reasons, guests and visitors are never allowed in the kitchen, even when escorted by an employee. The use of cameras in work areas is strictly prohibited. Any photographs taken run the risk of exposing proprietary company information. And finally, Los Pollos Hermanos enforces a strict zero-tolerance drug and alcohol policy. If any employee is discovered with illegal substances on company property, he or she will be terminated immediately and be turned over to the proper authorities. I do not work with junkies. Well, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week when we'll be working on loss prevention. Hello again. Today, I will be discussing loss prevention. Part of your job at Los Pollos Hermanos will be to protect the company's valuable assets from theft. And I don't just mean guarding the register. Theft can come in different shapes and sizes. As long as it affects profits, it endangers our entire operation. As a result, our team has developed a loss prevention program for identifying and combating theft. Let's take a look at a few examples. A common example of loss occurs when supplies go missing, usually from deliveries. The best defense against this is to keep an accurate record of our inventory at all times. With smaller items like hot sauce, sometimes it's a good idea to weigh the entire cache after the new stock has been added. If you are concerned, weigh it twice for added security. Finally, when you're working with food as delicious as ours, you may feel the desire to skim a fry or two. I must admit I understand the temptation. They can be addictive. But it's a slippery slope, and it's never just one or two. The only way to stop this type of theft is to hold yourself accountable. Or buy a basket with your employee discount. That's all for today. See you next time when we'll be talking about sustainability. Welcome back. Today's training lesson is about sustainability. At Los Pollos Hermanos, we are committed to finding ways to minimize our impact on the environment. With the Los Verde Hermanos initiative, we hope to cover our tracks and reduce our carbon footprint through sustainable business practices. One of our greatest challenges has been to reduce pollution from our various cooking oils and cleaning chemicals. We now purchase environmentally friendly ingredients whenever possible, and we find responsible ways to dispose of them after they've been used. For example, our signature fried chicken is cooked in soy corn vegetable oil. After it's been used, it must be safely discarded. We store the oil outside for pickup by our recycling company. Use caution when sealing the lid on the container. The fumes can be toxic. But if we're going to make this establishment as green as possible, I'm going to need your help. If you find a way in which we can improve, my door is always open. And that's all for today. Until next time, when the topic will be brand management. Hello again, and welcome back. So far in these tutorials, I've discussed what goes on behind the scenes at Los Pollos Hermanos. But today, I want to take a moment to discuss how we manage our affairs in public. Good brand management goes hand in hand with success for any business. Thanks to strategic media exposure and excellent public relations, our reputation is unmatched by our competitors. Allow me to elaborate. Los Pollos Hermanos frequently teams up with local businesses to underwrite community outreach events. When we sponsored the Albuquerque Fire Department travel raffle, it was not only good for the community, but also excellent advertising. We make it known that Los Pollos Hermanos values education by establishing scholarships and helping our employees save money for college. Charitable donations are also an important part of the Los Pollos Hermanos brand. We want the public to know we give back to the community. So, what can you do to promote the Los Pollos Hermanos brand? You promote it every day by being an upstanding citizen and an exemplary employee of Los Pollos Hermanos. And never underestimate the value of good word of mouth. And that's all for today. See you next time when we'll tackle conflict resolution. This is Maxine and Diego. Diego is upset because he thinks Maxine is not being thorough enough when it's her turn to wipe down the counters. Maxine is insulted that Diego is redoing her work. At Los Pollos Hermanos, conflict resolution begins with communication. So, how should Diego express his concern? Allow me to demonstrate. I'm going to ask Maxine to put more thought into her work. You tell me which version is most effective. So, Maxine, are you done wiping the counter? Maxine, are you actually done wiping down the counter? Maxine, are you done wiping down the counter? Now, Diego and Maxine can forgive the misunderstanding and reach a compromise. Perhaps Diego can wipe down the counters instead of Maxine, and Maxine can take one of Diego's regular tasks. Does that sound acceptable? Excellent. See you next week for emergency situations. Your first line of defense will always be common sense. Por ejemplo, when you are done using sharp objects, put them away. Nevertheless, accidents will happen, and it's important to be ready to handle them. Some emergencies happen in the blink of an eye, and you must be able to react swiftly and efficiently. A Los Pollos Hermanos employee should always have control over the situation at hand. To assure your preparation, ask your supervisor to arrange CPR and Heimlich maneuver training. Study all of the emergency procedures in your employee handbook so that you are equipped to handle even the most extreme or unlikely scenarios. For example, what would you do if there was a fire or if a gunman was threatening the restaurant? Leave it to me. When you are at Los Pollos Hermanos, You are under my protection. This concludes your employee orientation. If you have any questions about the material covered in this course, please don't hesitate to ask. My door is always open. Now, get back to work.
This has been a Tiny Terrier Bored by the Video Making Process 2024.